Okay, I don't know what's going on. Hold on. I'm trying to figure out why that says sign in to chat when I actually am signed into chat. So I don't know what's going on. Everything went weird. My mouse is dead. I know I should have come in here a little bit earlier to get the stream started, but whatever. It's one of those nights. It is definitely one of those nights. Give me a second here. I'm clicking on buttons. I don't know. I mean, you guys you guys will see it on the screen because it's saying it on my screen. But the funny part is, on the chat as I'm looking at it on here and on my phone as I'm watching, I don't see it. So I don't know what's going on there. It's something weird. I didn't update, or I did not do an update. Maybe that's part of the problem, is that I didn't do an update. I don't know why. It's whatever. It's mad because I got new lighting. That's what it is. That's what's going on. So almost signed into chat. I am signed into chat. I'm very confused as to why it says sign into chat. That's really strange. Yeah, nothing weird going on. Very strange. Very strange. I don't know if that's gonna make a difference. It did not. That's so weird. That has literally never been a thing, and now all of a sudden it's a thing. Okay. Either way, guys, it's Saturday. It's been a weird ass week. I'm gonna scooch this down so that we just don't see that. There we go. That's just how we're gonna deal with it. That is the way to deal with it. We just don't look at the thing. I'm sorry to hear about whatever's going on, Denise. I saw your message there. 12 days till Christmas. Either way, I'm in full Grinch mode now, guys. Here's what it is. We got Laura 2, we got Christine, we got Val Prime, me waiting on my mouse to charge. Which, by the way, I saw that it was blinking red the other night. I didn't charge it. I used it this morning. No issues. Dead now. All right. Sally, hi Sally. Denise, sorry. Hopefully you feel like telling us what's going on. Trisha, howdy. Looking for any other new names. I'm not seeing any at this particular moment. Let's see. Okay. Miss all the cool stuff, yeah. That's funny. Okay, that's fine. I'll wait. Alright, let me turn that off. I don't think it's going to make a difference, but I'm turning it off anyways. Oh, sorry. Stream got a little bit weird. I should have set it up before we left the house earlier. I'm reaching for a mouse that doesn't exist. There's supposed to be a mouse right here. It's sitting right there charging. Sorry. I'm out of sorts. I've had some alcohol. I'm about to have some more. This is one I wanted, right? So picked this up the other day from Alesmith. They did pie flavored Speedway stouts. So I've got the Speedway Grand Prix Banana Cream Pie Edition. Imperial Stout, banana, vanilla, coffee, and other things. So Speedway Stout's pretty good. Also, for those who weren't here for the Patreon thing this week, which was, well, effectively just me and Trisha anyways, I have new lights, so things are going to look a little bit different on screen for you. So I got new lighting, and this is about as dim as I can get with it still sort of being effective. I mean, I can mess with it a little bit more perhaps, but let's see here. Let me go over here and drop that down. So that's if I turn off the one side entirely. Maybe I will turn it off entirely. Maybe that helps for the mood. You're at your mom. Sorry. It's okay. I only blame you slightly. It's fine. All right. And actually, I uploaded the last Christmas trivia night we did. I think it was last week. Yeah, last week. I uploaded that earlier, but it took so long to upload that I only just now published it. So if you're on the Patreon, you would have only just now seen that get published. So it is what it is. All right, guys. So I don't have anything prepared. I just managed to pull up a couple of things already. but for the most part, not a whole lot else. So we might do a lot of chit-chatting. Might pull up a couple of songs here. Okay, so do that. All right, I'll look at that here in a second. I saw your message. So the other part is that, of course, looking at things on Saturday, it's always a little bit weird. Alright. Scrolly. I do have the Tom Bet George full Christmas light show pulled up. Apparently, he got a little overzealous with some of the Christmas spark powder, as he called it. So we'll be looking at that at the end, whatever the end might technically be. By the way, guys, I wanted to go ahead and make sure I promote the podcast. Now You Made It Awkward podcast. New episode went up yesterday. I didn't put a great description on it, but the thumbnail is Pennywise talking to Forrest Gump, and we posed the question: if Pennywise the clown, otherwise known as It, encountered Forrest Gump, would it be able to scare him, or is he too much? Is he too Gump to be scared by Pennywise? And what would Pennywise attempt to do to scare him? Just an interesting question. All right. So if you have an answer, put it in the chat as I scroll briefly. By the way, I subscribed to a new channel the other night, and I'm not sure if I like it or not. It's a country AI channel. And one of the things I listened to was actually pretty good. But the rest of them, a little bit, they're coming, they come. All right, I'm going to bring this up. So boop that real quick. Tommy dropped a whole Christmas album. Nice. I was pretty sure this isn't Sunrise. Could just be me though. Oh, so that would be the other problem is I couldn't fix the thumbnail because I couldn't find. It's really, really, really hard to scroll through a few hundred photos if you don't have a mouse. So I couldn't find the particular image that I use for the stream, for the Saturday streams. So it is what it is. Let's see here. Just seeing if there's anything else to watch. At the moment, not so much. We'll just move on. Okay, it's fine. Let's go to the main screen. Yeah, I know. It's a Sunrise stream. It is what it is. I haven't created a new Saturday thing. Also, I don't know how my camera got all wonky. It's like all off to one side now, and that's not normal. It's like significantly more wonky. Dang it. I don't understand why it's oh. It's still. I fixed that, by the way. While I was waiting, I fixed that, but then it decided to not be fixed anymore. There we go. There we go. Lord of the Rings disc. I did not watch it. To be fair, I did not watch that. Okay. Yeah, Saturday stream show thing. Just making sure there. It's just dead. The battery died. That's all it is, Denise. Or sorry, Sally. Okay, I've got too many things happening. So, even weirder, something that has never been, because obviously you guys don't see behind the scenes. My screen here that I have for my live stream, everything is different. I don't know if YouTube messed with it or I typed something and it went weird. It doesn't look the way it normally does. And then it says the sign in the chat thing up there, which is totally not normal. So give me a second, I have to fix that over here as well. Alt. Dang it. This is so much harder without a mouse. There we go. All right, there. I guess I'll have to fix the rest of it later. Okay. Yeah, so the mouse is currently charging. It's right there. Regular Laura? I mean, she sent me memes. She sent me like several memes earlier. I laughed. Really? That's crazy. Yeah, you'll have to tell me more about that later, Denise. Yeah, I got no, that was yesterday. Huh, okay. I don't know. Either way. Hi guys. Weird start to the show. Alright, I'm gonna drink my banana cream pie beer. Yep, that'll wake you up. Alright. Okay. I'm also playing the wrong background music, which I just need to set up a completely different thing for the Sunday morning show. That's what I need to do. I just need to build a whole new thing for the Sunday morning show. I'm not doing Sunday morning tomorrow, just so you guys know. We have too much to do. Should be a Patreon stream because we're not going to try to do New Year's Eve or whatever. It's a totally internalized battery, Sally. It's a built-in lithium-ion battery situation. It's plugged in. It's not just sitting there dead. It is currently charging. All right. Either way, so all I have pulled up for right now. If you guys have any other requests, we'll just deal with that as we go. We got Cypress Fire doing O Come, O Come Emmanuel. Considering we just did the verses for that last week, we might as well hear a shortened version of it from our boys here. We got Jared Holly pulling out Oh Holy Night. Now who's messaging me? Okay, and then I've got Josh Turner Guitar doing Silent Night. So you can tell I didn't even have time to really do anything. I'm sitting here literally moving things around. And, of course, like I said, full Christmas show from Tom Bet George. 25 minutes long, give or take. All right. I really thought I muted my phone, but apparently I didn't. I did not. Okay. And you know what? I'm just gonna throw this one out there just for funsies. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to pull up this one. We're going to watch this one before the Christmas show. That's what we're going to do. All right. There we go. Bring up some angry cops tonight. I don't want to watch that. So my buddy Tyler apparently has a problem with squirrels doing that thing where they either eat your roof or your siding on your house. Okay, so here's another thing. Like, all of a sudden, I have a notification from Bluetooth that I normally don't get. Sorry, I'm not in the mic, guys. It's just, it's one of those days technologically. That's all that's happening. We had a car get bumped off the road over the ledge and hit the leg. Good Lord. The first of the season. See, guys, it happens all the time. Not a problem. Oh, wait, can I just plug the mouse in? Let me see. I might could just plug it in. Hold on. It has cord. I have lots of USB cords. Hold on. I hate when that happens. I did it again. So these headphones actually have a volume control on them. And every now and then I bump them. Look, this is a pure chaos stream tonight. All right, so I'm going to unplug the little guy here. And I'm going to try to plug this guy in entirely. Wait a minute. Huh. Wow, okay. This new cable comes with... So because of this, I can't plug that in there. But I can plug it in over here, I think. Let me see. All right. Nope, might be the same problem on this side, too. Seriously. Okay. Look, I'm just gonna give up on that idea. That's what's gonna happen. I'm just giving up. I'm giving up. I'm going home. You guys do the stream without me. I'm just giving up. Okay, scrolling down there. Okay. Took the days. Oh, the little ones. Okay. Local auto shop. Turn on their automotive. They can earn an automotive badge. Really? Yeah. Probably the old. Probably the old wiring that actually still used cellulose. No, not cellulose. It's basically like it's almost sweet. Like it's because rats really love chewing up old wires too in cars. Like if my old car at my parents' house will still start if it hasn't been completely eaten by squirrels, I will be flabbergasted. All right, I'm going to go ahead and mute this thingy, and we're just going to go ahead and get started here. Let's go with our boys over at Cypress Fire doing O Come Emmanuel, which dropped the other day. Let me turn the volume up. All right.
O come, Emmanuel, and ransom captive Israel that mourns in lonely exile here until the Son of God appear. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel.
That's a long chord.
O come, O bright and morning star, and bring us comfort from afar. Dispel the shadows of the night, and turn our darkness into light. Oh, rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. Shall come to thee, O Israel.
Lulu. Nice. Though I would like it if they would actually do full length songs every now and then. That would be wonderful. Am I on the right? Yes. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Man, I left things in a weird state when I went to work this morning. Like it was like Facebook's in a weird spot. YouTube is weird. Patreon was weird. Everything, and of course, computer would sleep while I was in the middle of doing all those things. Okay. Christine. Let me bring up this silly thing here. Okay. There's that. Trisha. I really don't want to watch that. It's got Wicked and the Grinch. That's weird. It's not registering as a link. It's registering as a image. Weird. Even Eclipse 6. Oh. All right. Either way. Where's my chat? There it is. 23 miles by 3 miles. That's a river. Okay. All right. I know we did basically a comparison last week on that. If you guys didn't see that, well, go make an effort to watch that. That's the stream on Sunday morning. Go watch the Sunday morning stream if you want. We had fun doing that. Either way, that's pretty good from Cypress Fire. Wish it was a little bit longer, but sound wise, that was pretty tops, considering it was like purely a cappella. No, you never want to do that because then you're gonna start make people are gonna like start putting out like slippery patches, weaken parts of the fence. They're gonna dig out little bits to make sure that people crash in certain places easier than they do in other ones. You never want to prioritize or not prioritize. That's what I'm looking for. You never want to incentivize. There's the word I'm looking for. The crashing of people's cars. That would be a bad thing. Okay. All right, Jared, what do we got here? Jared doing Oh Holy Night. Oh, we got feet stompage up here in the top corner. Okay. This will be interesting. Or terrible, one of those things. Oh, Christmas album. I was like, why are we silent?
Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till he appeared and the soul felt its worth. A thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees, oh, hear the angel voices, oh, night divine, oh, night when Christ was born, oh, night divine, oh, night divine.
There's like no good spot to stop. I just realized that. It's like it doesn't really take a break, does it? Um I was thinking like at the beginning when it was like the original 4 or 5, I'm like, man, it would be great if you had some bass and then bassy Jared came in, so that was worth it. That was definitely worth it. Nice. Yes, stompage. Stompage. Heard Jared yesterday on live stream. He was singing Elvis songs. I think we did that. I think we did the Elvis medley, right? Pretty sure we did. Yeah, so many people getting what? You're lost in water. It's sad. A couple of recovery channels where they search for missing people in bodies in water. Right, they were last seen. Yeah, I saw just a random clip of something like that where these scuba dudes, I guess they do recovery things, like called a guy, said, "Hey, we found your son," and like I guess his van had gone into a river, so they located the van and like towed it out and whatnot. I'm just like, that's sad, but I mean, good that somebody can be laid to rest and whatnot. But yeah, ventures with a purpose. I have summoned you here for a purpose.
Truly he taught us to love one another. His law is love, and his gospel is peace. Chains shall he break for the slave.
Sorry, my brain. is like, what does that sound more like? The automatic room spray thing or a blow off valve on a car? I'm leaning more towards the automatic room sprayer.
Is our brother, and in his name all oppression shall cease. Sweet hymns of joy in grateful chorus raise we, let all within us praise his holy name. Christ is the Lord. Let ever praise we. Noel, Noel, O night divine. Noel, Noel, O night divine. Noel.
Okay, I was checking to see if we were near the end of the song. Not quite. What? Oh, this must be AWP. I have no idea. Sorry, I was thinking like with the way he's doing the rhythm section, it's starting to feel like kind of Disney-fied slightly. Also, what I was watching, I was like trying to watch who was doing what percussively. Obviously, we got the stompy feets up in the top corner. Though I find it funny that he just went ahead and did some stomping instead of claps. Thought that was kind of funny.
Noel.
Nice.
Oh night divine.
Like that chord. His bass is really improving.
Hey friends, thank you so much for watching. My first full-length Christmas album is finally available. We have CDs, vinyl, digital downloads, and brand new Christmas merch.
Nice.
Head on over to jaredhalley.com if you'd like to order a copy. A huge thank you to my patrons over on Patreon for your continued support. You help make videos.
By the way, I'm pretty sure that's the first time I've actually realized he does say his last name Hallie. It's not Holly, it's Holly. Interesting. That's funny. Right? It's like it was clearly just a whatever, but yeah. It was just I mean, the stomps were good, don't get me wrong. It was just funny, it's like feet. Either way. Oh, that was actually really good. His bass is drastically improving. I want to see him actually like be able to really sing in bass. Like he's getting lower, but you can tell he's definitely doing a lot more of the percussive bass instead. Good though. Sorry, I'm also trying to read chat. Oh no. Oh no, it's already beginning. Damn it. Sorry. Oh, I was going to close it. Didn't mean to do it right then. I hate not having a mouse. This is stupid. Also, I drank a bunch of mead earlier. Then we had dinner. And now I'm drinking a 12% alcohol beer without realizing it was 12%. I should have known, but anyway. We have a... so look at this. This is funny. Talk about coincidences, right? So the one time we decided to go all the way out to Navasota to go check out the meadery out there that we hadn't been to yet, we end up running into friends we hadn't seen in years, like years and years on end. Guys I used to know that made mead as a hobby, and then I think they went a little bit more than a hobby. Run into them out there. We try to set up a day to just go and hang out, do other stuff. Things fall through. Haven't talked to them in a couple months. And then we go to the meadery literally right down the street here. And right as we're finishing up our drinks and I'm going to pay the tab, they sit down at a table adjacent to us. It's like, are you shitting me? It was like, I mean, the part that sucked was that we were leaving and they were just coming in. And then we went to go have dinner because one of us in particular was definitely very tipsy compared to the other person. Either way. Yeah. Yeah, one of my biggest fears, because water's always, for those who don't know, if you haven't been around long enough, water's always trying to kill me. It has been for most of my life. I mean, I was effectively born to not go in the water because I was born without proper inner ear connections and the tubes for draining. So I had to have tubes in my ears for the first, I think it was 6 or 7 years of my life. And so I finally got them removed. The problem is I couldn't really learn how to swim because I couldn't submerge my head because there was no check valve effectively for my ears. So if I went underwater, water basically would just flood into my ears unabated. So we couldn't do that. So, I mean, I can technically swim, but I also sink. Like, despite my best efforts. The only time I've ever been out on a lake, I nearly drowned. The closest I've ever come to properly drowning. Water's always trying to get in my house, whether that's actually from the inside or the outside. Water's trying to flood my house no matter where I'm at. So that's not fun. And then, I drive around lakes pretty often. I just realized also the screen is not on full. I drive around lakes all the time because we have a big one right here. And there's one really big bridge that goes over it, and it's only a 2-lane bridge. And I just think about it every time I go over it. It's like, what if I just went over the bridge and just landed upside down in the water? What would I do? Yeah, not good. Not good. Yeah, and then the wifey wants to. So, look, for the. Let's talk about irony. Water wants to kill me so bad that the one time we literally start the process of getting tickets to go on a cruise, like we put down the original $300 down payment or whatever to go on a cruise, our apartment floods. So nature would have had all kinds of chances to take me down on a fucking cruise ship. Instead, it chose to flood our apartments. So I guess in that case, it was keeping me safe. I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to go out on. I really don't want to go on a cruise. One, I'm kind of claustrophobic, and those cabins aren't that big. And two, being stuck on a boat for several days on water, I'm probably gonna be anxious the entire time. It's gonna be one of those things. It's like a small-ish boat, like a pontoon boat or something out on a lake, maybe. Open ocean. I mean, I've been out sort of open ocean deep sea fishing one time, and I was one of the few people who didn't get horrendously seasick that day. Also, people are dumb. They get seasick while they're outside on the main deck, and then they go inside to try to relieve it. It's way worse inside. It's like everybody got seasick, went inside, and laid down on the inner cafeteria, for lack of a better term. What was that called? Galley, I guess. It's like everybody just went in there and they laid down on the benches. It's like, you guys are going to get way sicker in here. It's like, this is so much worse inside than it was outside. That day wasn't terrible, and I wasn't even really anxious that much. Too focused on the fishing. I didn't catch anything. But the captain did. Captain got a bull shark. That was crazy. Huge, 8-foot bull shark. Pulled it out, and they had to shoot it in the head to kill it. They stabbed it quite a few times and it wouldn't die, and they eventually had to shoot it in the head to kill it. All right, either way, that's a weird story. But let's move on to more Christmas music, shall we? All right, Silent Night a cappella from Josh Turner guitar. So it's actually just Josh Turner throat and mouth. Oh, volume. I wouldn't go on any Carnival cruises.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in peace.
I don't know if that's the end of the song, but it's a perfect place to stop. I can't tell if it was our ginger friend on the end with that deep, soulful voice, or some of that was Josh who got down to that low note. I don't know where that came from. Sorry, tongue tied. Hold on, I gotta back up though. That little step down low note. I think it was Josh.
Peace, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in peace.
Yeah, that was the end of the song. I didn't even have to pause.
All is calm.
Sees cat.
Me too, man. Me too.
Miss,
Oh.
no biting. It's always involved.
That's a guarantee.
That's
I feel sneeze. We gotta push it out.
Banana? How does banana make a sneeze go away?
Do one shake.
Alright,
calm,
Marie
all's
is
bright.
in position.
Seriously?
It wasn't meant to be a good take. That's why.
Is that a cell phone? What the hell was that noise? Like, nice 1 minute actual thing there. That was good. Oh, they're canceling Jingle Bells now. Oh, thank God. We haven't canceled another Christmas song in quite some time. Wait, who's trying to cancel Christmas or Jingle Bells? And also, which version of Jingle Bells? The one where Batman smells or a different one? Wait, is it for being rapey or racist? Which one? Is Jingle Bells racist now? Oh, okay, yeah, good. Well, well, what isn't racist at this point? I'm sure my gray hat is somehow racist to somebody. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be stuck on a boat with my high school people I don't like either. Now, my high school best friends, maybe, but they're both diabetic, so we wouldn't be drinking much, or it would go really bad. All right, someone needs to explain to me in the chat using big words how and why Jingle Bells is somehow racist now. How can it be racist now? If it was racist, it was always racist. You know what? I've got Citizen Soldier pulled up. I don't know if I'm gonna watch that one tonight. I don't feel like having my psyche ripped apart here. I want to watch some dumb things and then watch this silly thing about. All right, well, that's good. Yep. Okay, so this is the main issue. Wow, I didn't know it could do that. Hold on. Will it do it again? Oh, it does. Okay. New thing I didn't know my thing could do. Because obviously a trackpad can only go so far, right? And I got to go from one screen to the other. What just happened was I drug it as far as I could and I stopped, but then it kept moving the cursor without me moving my hand. Neat. The bells are on horses. What? Bells on slaves? Bells on sleighs? Hold on. Wait. I need to reconcile this stupidity. Hold on. Where does it say slaves? There's Laura Prime. It's sleigh. It's bells on sleighs. Or something on... I forget the actual words now that it's up there. Isn't it bells on bobtail sleighs? Isn't that what it is? It's a bobtail sleigh. Hold on. I want the lyrics now. Jingle bells lyrics. They had the Batman Smells lyrics. I literally didn't even have to look it up. One house open sleigh. Bells on bobtails ring. A sleighing song tonight. One horse open sleigh. Where are they getting slave? I'm very confused as to how it's racist. It's a sleighing song. It's for slaving. Clearly, I'm confused. Hold on. Jingle Bells is racist? Oh, it's Joy Reid, the arbiter of all things racist. She's a fucking moron. Quote me on that. Joy Reid is a fucking moron. Why is IMDb writing anything about it? Boston University uncovers. Oh, so originally it had slaves in it. What? I'm confused. Hold on. I'm going to pull it up on Facebook. Yeah, you came in right as we were trying to figure out how the hell Jingle Bells is racist. Oh, hold on. There's a picture that I can't see. Okay, Jingle Bells read says is racist. How so? It mocks blacks, but it says not a word about blacks. It doesn't matter. Song says it's tied to minstrel shows. Is that it? Nope. Refrain laughing all the way is racist. How so? She says it might be linked to Laughing Darky, which is allegedly racist song. So is there a link? No, she just invented one. What? Guys, listen to me. Either everything is racist or nothing is racist. I'm tired of this questioning of things. No, but seriously, it's retarded. Don't be retarded. Joy Reid, quit being a retard. Oh, wait, that's just how you make your money. It's fine. Oh, don't get me started on other people like that. The guy who wrote it was from Georgia and is buried in the same cemetery as. Does it say Juliet Lowe? Juliet Lau? Is it? I gotta make my words bigger here. Look, it's all racist, and as a person of color, I can be offended by that, but you whiteys out there can't. Guys, if you want to know how stupid modern day racism and race baiting is, just understand that I, as a person of direct Slavic descent, am technically a person of color. I didn't make that up. Someone else did, but because I'm literally of Slavic descent, I'm now a person of color. So I get to be the arbiter of racism. And if you guys laugh at Jingle Bells, well, clearly you're racist. If you cry at Jingle Bells, you're anti-racist. So you have to be active. Don't forget, guys, it's not just that you aren't racist. It's that you have to be actively anti-racist. Don't forget. No, it doesn't. 50% is more than a lot of these other people. And my grandparents were slaves. Either way, let's just get off this stupidity. I don't know why someone sent this to me. Someone being Christine. She's like, this is what AI should be used for. Incorrect. Incorrect. It does not even it out. Either way, Lord of the Rings Disco. I don't know why. One funk to rule them all over on the Wicked AI channel. Is that meant to be the
elves were
Silmarils?
given the ethereal high notes of glam rock. The dwarves were gifted the heavy bass of metal, and the race of men desired above all else the catchy hook of pop.
That looks like...
But they were all deceived, for another track was made in the land of Mordor, in the fires of Mount Doom. The Dark Lord forged a master track, and into this composition he poured his cruelty, his malice.
Why was it a
and his
ring and then a
will
record?
to get down. Down in the dark, beneath the roots of stone, that creature they called Gollum, he was dancing all alone. But then a Mr. Baggins, he came sneaking through the gloom, where he found a golden circle that would seal his fate with doom. They played a game of riddles in the cold and pitchy black, with the creature getting closer for a juicy hobbit snack. But the burglar held...
So we're just picking up from when Bilbo got the ring from Gollum. Also, that Gollum in the background looks terrifying.
secret that he kept inside his coat, and his...
How dare you? That is not Ned Stark.
question was a weapon pointed at the creature's throat. The ring betrayed its master. It wanted to be free, to find a brand new keeper for its disco melody. He slipped it on his finger and he vanished into air. Then he left the creature screaming in a panic of despair. But when you put it on, you feel the fever start. A heavy bass line thumping deep inside your tiny heart. It spins you round and round till you're caught inside the trance. There's simply no escaping the dark power of the dance. You can hide from all your friends, but not the least.
Okay, the weird part is how, like, just perfect that it's like some of them get a little bit wonky, especially with movement, but for some reason the Liv Tyler one is just perfect no matter what. Close enough. That's not right. That's not right.
Eye, it sees you burning brightly beneath the Mordor sky. The wraiths are riding out.
Who was that meant to be? Hold on. I don't know who that's technically meant to be. Maybe it's meant to be Liv Tyler, but it's off.
The Mordor sky, the wraiths are riding out upon their horses black. There is only going forward and there is no going back, 'cause there's just one funk to rule
I knew where that line was going. I was like, please do it. I'm not gonna lie, the song is actually very cool. The visuals are slightly disturbing. Also, the Eye of Sauron in the ring as the disco ball, that's pretty solid. That is pretty solid. That looks terrible.
You have no friends, surrender your will to the beat of the drum. The time of the orc has finally come. My eyes open and my vision's wide. There's nowhere left for you to hide. I see the hobbit and I see the king. I am the lord of the disco ring. Just one funk to rule them all. Just one funk to find them. Just one funk to bring them all. And in that disco bind them.
Did I see fireworks and fun? Is that what it is? Also, I love that they call him Mithrandir. Nice. Yeah.
The ring passed to his nephew, who was barely 33. A sprightly lad named Frodo and his friend Samwise Gamgee. But the wizard saw the danger in.
Yeah, that's one of those weird things the movie doesn't really cover. It's like Frodo looks like a teenager. Like maybe looks like he's maybe 15, 16 years old. He was like 33 when they first started. And then if I recall correctly, like a very long time in the book goes by between when he Gandalf first discovers the ring, rides to go look it up, and then like it's been like years from the time he leaves to the time he comes back and tells or asks Frodo, "Is it secret? Is it safe?" I think it's like 10 years or something. It was gone a long time, but in the movie it's like a week.
That precious elven gold, so he cast it in the fire, and it came out burning cold. You have to keep it secret,
Burning cold,
and you have to keep it safe, or you'll find yourself in danger from the evil shadow wraith. Our poor hobbits had to leave the Shire with the riders on their tail. Even Strider knew that things were dire and the mission couldn't fail. They found safety in the Elven Valley with the counsel of the wise, but the men of Gondor wouldn't rally. They had fear inside their eyes. One can't simply walk right into Mordor through the shadow of the eye.
Okay, that's a completely wrong Carl Urban for that. That's like Billy Butcher version of Carl Urban. Although this, like, if you freeze frame almost any of these, it's like a really kick-ass image.
The Hobbit said he'd cross the border, or at least he had to try. Every step you take is getting slower. The burden cuts into your skin, while the bass is getting ever lower. That's when the voices start to win. I can make
I don't know if you guys could see that, but AI definitely was working some physics on the chick in the background there. That stood out a little bit. I was like, whoa, that's a bit much. Also, the only thing I wish is that like the video was chronologically going with the story, not just showing all the characters throughout the entire series. Like they show what's his face? Not Elf King. Was he the Elf King? I don't remember his name. It's oh hell. None of the names are coming to me right now. Too much drinking. But anyway, it's his dad. He was like the dickhead. He's featured a lot more in The Hobbit over the Lord of the Rings era.
powerful and strong. Is temptation's tearing you apart?
Yeah.
I can make you play the perfect song. Disco darkness in your heart. The ring, it whispers silky silent secrets. It puts your spirit to the test. The rhythm sends a shiver down your spine. Forget about the wizard and the quest. It will tell you things you want to hear. Just put me on and
And see, what's funny there is that it was using John Rhys Davies like his normal. Funny, I remember the actors' names. Instead of looking like Gimli, he just looks like John Rhys Davies. But in other times, you get Gimli. It's really funny. I mean, like the song is actually really good. It's a great, like I said, the video is the thing. Oh God, the teeth on the guy in the background is ridiculous. That guy's non-existent eyeballs. That's also weird. But like the video is the part I'm struggling with. The actual song is fantastic.
Just one funk to bring them all, and in the disco bind them.
And actually, given the Rings of Power, Sauron and Galadriel dancing together totally makes sense. Also, this is an insane. That's an insane visual right there. Is that Merry or Pippin? I can't tell. Riding on a cave troll.
The age of men is coming to an end. You have no ally and you have no friends. Surrender your will to the beat of the drum. The time of the orc has finally come. My eyes open and my vision's wide. There's nowhere left for you to hide. I see the hobbit and I see the king. I am the lord of the disco ring. Just one funk to rule them all. Just one funk to find them. Just one funk to bring them all. And in the disco bind them. Frodo stood above the sea of
That's hilarious. That is really hilarious. And his drink is on fire too. I couldn't tell if it was supposed to be Merry or Pippin because like it was a very blurry face.
fire and refused to let it go. He had claimed the funk as his desire, then disappeared as Samwise shouted no. Funky Frodo appeared with just 9
Like I said, sometimes they're not characters; they're just the actors. It's funny. Like that was definitely Sean Astin, not Samwise.
fingers. He had lost the ring of doom. Why does he have 9 fingers? Where is the ring of doom? That creature golem held it to the sky. Then in his mania he fell,
Oh,
and he took the magic of the eye back into the pits of hell.
okay. So to be fair, wow, really? Okay. So to be fair, they skipped a giant chunk of the story there.
The dark tower has fallen. The master track is silenced. The time of the elves
The
is
master
over.
track is.
But the funk belongs to the age of men.
Getting weaker.
The disco binder. Just one funk to rule them all. Just one funk to find them.
Seriously, we get a Radagast. What the fuck? I'm sitting here thinking about Radagast. And there's a frickin' eagle chauffeur. What the fuck? Oh man. And you could tell that it's basing that image off of like a falconer's eagle. I know, you know what I mean, because it's got the like a binding cuff on its wrist, ankle, whatever.
Just one funk to bring them all. And in the disco bind them.
That's just Sean Bean. Yeah, the video was a problem. Also, I've seen clips of this chick reacting to K-pop Demon Hunters, and she's funny. I don't even know what her channel is. Carmen Elaine. That's right. She's pretty funny. Okay, so that was not nearly as bad as I thought it was, although I didn't realize it was like 1,000,000 minutes long. Still shorter than Stephen King's It. All right. Okie dokie. This is definitely going to be a downgrade. All right. What do we got here? From Eclipse 6. Eclipse 6. One of the hardest names to say. Mean. The Grinch's Wicked Story. Can we... Does anybody else feel like Wicked is being forced upon you? It's the biggest thing of the world. It's like, nobody gives a shit. It's like, you've sold every bit of merchandise possibly available. Like, slapping Wicked on things that have zero to do with the movie just to sell merch. But I don't think nearly as many people give a shit. Especially about the movie. I think people give a shit about the actual, like, Broadway production. I don't think anybody gives a shit about the movies. I have no interest. There's just something weird about it. Like, forget the actual story, fine. Just so much weird shit around the movie. The movie, the. It's just like, all right. You're not watching it on purpose. Okay, cool. All right. Jesus Christ, this is 9 minutes long. All right.
At the tippy of a mountaintop, high above Whoville, lived a Grinch who hated Christmas. And he lived just like a hermit, except he had a dog that he called Max. There's no easy way to say it, for you see the Grinch's soul was overflowing with the most disgraceful and altogether deplorable rubbish imaginable. Trash.
So, from my understanding, Wicked is the 50 Shades of Grey of the Wizard of Oz. It's not canonical. It's just some fan fiction somebody wrote. It's based off of, like, some stuff, but then the movie is even more fanficky.
His heart was small, his skin was green, so atrocious, so obscene. He was cuddly as a cactus, the Grinch he was unnaturally mean. Bum-ba-dum.
Christmas is coming in the city of Who. And oh, how I hate the things they will do, like noise they'll be making and all the feasting. There's no escaping, but there is one thing I hate most of all, and they have the gall to singing hand in hand while they sway. Fa-hoo, for-re, da-hoo, do-re. Let's just say, what do you say? I hate that song.
He hates that song. Every little tune, how.
Okay. Two things. Wait, hold on. Two things. The Grinch has too much clothes on. I know it's a weird criticism, but let's be fair. Second of all, I hate to say this. This is already better than most voice play things we watch. And I absolutely want to hate this because of the mashup of the things that it is. But production and singing wise, I think it's better than voice play. Unless we get on, wait, we gotta keep an eye out for unnecessary bass. Look, I can't just judge only voice play on unnecessary bass. But let's be fair here. They are dressed to the nines. The glasses on this dude in particular are ridiculous. I kind of wish, since they're singing about Whoville, that they were dressed up as Who's, or Whom's. By the way, the presence of Whoville does have to preclude the presence of a Whomsville on another dandelion somewhere else, right? Where they are definitely stodgy and far more British.
Ever small, made his very flesh begin to crawl.
Their simple, stupid singing.
And his total detestation led to his Grinchification.
It's so pure, so strong.
Pure, so strong.
Whovillians like to sing a lot, but I really wish that they would not. And I need to somehow find.
Everything about that last line of the song was literally me. He's singing what I feel right now.
Find a way to make them stop.
Just the thought of hearing the Who sing made him want to stop the whole Who thing. He just had to think of something, and then suddenly he formed a wicked plan to stop it coming.
They said the thing.
Wonderful, awful idea. On Christmas Head.
Look. Blame Trisha. This is 100% on Trisha. I think you owe me $20 for this, Trisha. You should donate on this one. This is ridiculous. You're putting me through this. You should have to donate for this one.
I'll make Whoville on Christmas Head. And I've just had a vision. I know what I am going to do. I'll dress myself up like Saint Nick. Make Max my reindeer sidekick. Then I swear that while they snooze, I'll sneak down into Whoville and steal Christmas from the
So he slunk down to the village, and he cleaned out every house. And he was so very thorough, left nothing even for a mouse. He plundered and pillaged for all of that night, all their presents and
Wait.
goodies and the lights, all the decorations.
Hold on. I had to pause. Was it? No, hold on. I had to think about it. Yeah, that was Trisha. Okay, sorry. Wait, what was the thing that Sally sent? Hold on. Oh, yeah, I'm going to skip out on that for this week. We'll come back to it another week. Excuse me, jeez.
He could see, and every last two Christmas tree. Then he skedaddled sneakily, so sneakily before the Whoville sunrise. The Whoville sunrise. His crime was so daring, all the snoozers were caught unaware. He nearly escaped before anyone knew he was there. He crept and he tiptoed like a cat or a mouse. But at one house, there was a little girl. He got caught by a little girl. Her name was Cindy Lou.
I hate it. I hate it so much. There's only one song I like from Wicked, period. Just the one. The rest are all so goddamn annoying. Oh. You will not get no coal in your socks. Maybe you will. I don't know. Coal's expensive. You ever tried to get that shit out of the ground? No funicorn for Trisha this year.
She said, "Who are you? What you doing with our tree?" He looked her right in the eye, and he formed a lie. Came up with it quickly for that little girl.
By the way, Seuss, what the hell were you thinking with this little girl's hairstyle? Yeah. That's a, nope. I don't remember asking for terrible things to be sent to me. Although I do get to express my hatred for Wicked and musicals and somehow throw shade at voice play. So, whatever. We all suffer together, I suppose. No, let's see. Large protruding thing that goes burp, burp up at the top, and you got two saggy things down here. And a whole lot of, like, fluffy curly hair around this part. Got overtones of something.
He lied to that little
We're only halfway through this.
girl. He told her
The
the
lights won't glow and it has to go to my workshop for repair. I'm gonna fix it up there and bring it to you right back here. Hair.
He patted her head, sent her back to bed, told her to go to sleep. Then quickly made his legs long before the other who's could see. He got out of there, and then he finished his dastardly
I don't have a mouse. Yeah, I too need to go check my humidifiers or dehumidifiers or my humidifiers. I don't know which ones I need. I am not drunk enough for this. I'm drinking a 12% beer and getting sober from this. The sheer amount of anger this is like writhing up in me. And seriously, her hair looks like a penis. It looks like a penis and things that are near a penis. Why?
So he got back to Mount Crumpet, and he listened for their cries. But instead he heard them singing, much to his surprise.
You need it.
Would you believe that he was changed for the better?
No.
Because of the Who's, the Grinch was changed for good.
And just to clear the air, I'll ask forgiveness for the things they're right to blame me for. In spite of me,
Christmas still came down there,
and now I know that it
doesn't come from a store. So he gave them back their presents, all he taken away. And his little Grinchy heart grew 3 sizes on that day. Is it true that he'd been changed for the better?
I do believe I have been changed for the better. Because I met you.
Met Cindy Lou.
I have been changed for
And though they had no reason to forgive the forgiven. And they even asked the Grinch to stay. Stay for their festivations and their shindiggeries.
I was waiting for it because I know the song that was coming. I just wanted to see what they were going to do with it. I was like, how are they going to blend it in there? Because I figured they would have to have him talking to Cindy Lou at the beginning. Green, pink, obvious. But I hate... It's cold in here. Clearly, it's very cold in here. That's why there are goosebumps down my arm. Oh, look. How about Val? Yeah, they look good. That's funny. Val's been here. Pretzels, yes, get some pretzels. I hate. Yep.
He helped redecorate all the Whoville Christmas trees. His heart grew large in his chest cavity. No longer filled with Grinch depravity. And yes, he joined the Christmas feast. Nobody outside of Who predicted what the Who's would do. They chose the Grinch to carve the roast beef, and they were happy. Oh, Christmas first, carve the roast beef, and the Grinch carved the roast beef. And his total detestation.
Also, can we just total detestation? Phrasing. All right. Thanks for doing that to all of us. I think $20. $20. Yep. That's worth the 20. Holy balls. Actually, you know what? That last song, honestly, I feel like it could have been better. It's like they had to hit the exact rhymes they were going for, and therefore they didn't have to like stick with a solid theme. Didn't like that final finale there. I was kind of hoping it would be better than that, because the Grinch wasn't singing it with Cindy Lou, and that would have been the thing to go with. But no, we didn't do it that way. And actually, I would have done Defying Gravity as the part where he's literally flying with the frickin' sleigh full of everybody's stuff to give it back. That would have been the part to do a Defying Gravity song. You suck. You suck, Eclipse 6. It also feels like ChatGPT probably wrote that song for them. I don't know. I made garlic Parmesan Cheerios last night and ate them. I'm very confused by what you just said. Trying to find the upside. Yes, the singing talent is there. The content therein frightens me and turns my stomach. Like the Grinch hearing Christmas music. Which I give him credit. I hate listening to Christmas music. I had to go into places. Retail stores. I don't like it. They always play the crap. I don't want to listen to crap. It's fine. Though I will say I have managed to somehow not hear any Pentatonix Christmas music so far. So that's always a good thing. Maybe people realize it was overplayed. And I have not heard one single note that I can recall of any stupid Mariah Carey songs. At least unironically. Like when they're making fun of her. That's a fun thing. Seriously though, how the hell do you do garlic Parmesan Cheerios? I mean, as a snack? How are you finagling this? Like, you need to express this more. What kind of Cheerios we working with? Standard Cheerios, Honey Nut Garlic Cheerios is probably not going to be good. So you're going to need to tell us what the hell you mean. And is this a Canadian thing? Do we have all dressed Cheerios as well? All dressed Cheerios might actually be a pretty solid. Fuck. Chex Mix, but worse. Cheerios Mix. It's like nuts and bolts or bits and bytes, but I only had Cheerios, so I used them, bake them. You bake them? Is there oil? What? You're going to need to really tell us what the hell you did there, because I'm going to need a so-called recipe, because what? Seriously, though, also, see if you can figure out how to do an all-dressed Cheerios thing. That might be the way to go. Okay, can we get away from whatever that was now? Can we talk about things that my subscribers sent to me now? All right. Multigrain Cheerios is pretty good. Slight sweetness, yeah. Puppy chow. I know what you're meaning, but it's hilarious that you said that. Okay, so we're going to go in a completely different direction here for anybody who just wants to be angry at things. Oh, shit, this is 30-some-odd minutes. If I hadn't taken the time to do the other things, we started at 8 o'clock. It's late on a Saturday. Who wants to watch an angry man yell about a girl who did something really bad? Hands up in the chat. Raise your hands in the chat if you would like to watch angry cops yell about a very stupid girl. In a case that, by the way, they just had their first, she actually went to court this week, which is interesting. Okay. I got a hands up from Denise. Really? I can't get to my emojis in a minute. Yes, just say, which thing are you saying no about there? So just give me a yes or a no if we want to watch this or we want to watch the full Christmas show from Tom Bet George. Or should we save that for closer to Christmas? That's got to be last no matter what, because, you know, the stupid-ass copyrighted song is going to get it shut down. The 30-minute screaming rant. He's not screaming the entire time. He's mostly being judgy. Yeah, I know. That was the funny part about it, yes. Both. Stupid DoorDash girl. Yes. For those who don't know about it, you need to hear about this. Also, hi, Tara. I don't know when you snuck in. I don't know if I saw you. Trisha has her hand up. Okay. I already got Denise said yes. I think technically Tara said yes. I have a new follower. I don't know who that is, but yay, new follower. Hi, Tara. Laura, too. Okay. You have been here? Did I say hi to you earlier? I feel like you might have slipped through the cracks, or I've been drinking and then had to watch a Wick. You know what? All voting doesn't matter. I just had to watch that Wicked bullshit. Look. I've been very distracted by whatever the hell the last 9 minutes were. Look, we already had Lord of the Rings AI and then somehow a Wicked and a Grinch mashup that did not result in a very good Defying Gravity finale. So I'm going to watch Angry Cops. And if you don't like it, well, you probably should because he's funny. Either way, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up on this. It's going to be a long one. Yes, it's a long reaction, but like I said, we want to take things in a slightly new direction here. Yep, 100%. All right, let's go.
I reported this to DoorDash. After so many people told me to report it to the police, I did. He said he's not sure if there are charges that can be pressed at this point because he was inside of his house. DoorDash just deactivated me. I just lost my job. They just fired me! They have my money in that account. Because I also reported this to the police, and the police are doing nothing. If I get one more account strike on TikTok, my account's done! This is a man's world! I'm the victim!
Arresting the 23-year-old woman for taking video of the naked customer she's accusing.
I lost my job! Remember? I'm the victim!
What originally started off as a traumatizing story of a young lady delivering DoorDash food to a guy who was sitting there naked cranking it to her when she arrived has turned on its head. And now the young lady DoorDasher is being arrested. Well, how in the world did this happen? Are sexist men and their horrible laws, the patriarchy, to blame? The patriarchy! The patriarchy! Or has the Me Too movement permanently scarred women into thinking they're always the victim, even if they do it to themselves? Take a guess where this one's going. You guessed it, she made a boo-boo. a big boo-boo. But before I break down the video of her lewd assault, the investigation, and then what ended up happening in the end, first, a word from this video sponsor. Aura! Are you tired of scammers getting your phone number and blowing up your inbox with a bunch of spam? Aura.com/angrycops and click the link below. And in
I forgot I have to turn back on my promo skip thing.
those 2 weeks, you'll discover where your data is being exposed and sold. All right, let's get into this show. Here's Olivia Henderson, 24-year-old. Lots of life to live in front of her. And she lives out in Oswego, New York. That's like 3 or 4 hours away from me, in the same state. And she's making enough money to skate by.
Yeah, that's assault. No, I saw that one. I'm just like, yeah, I haven't seen any more about this story, but I hope that Angry Cops goes on about that one later. By the way, for those who don't know, this is Richard High, a.k.a. Angry Cops, a.k.a. Angry Drill Sergeant. He used to do breakdown videos for, like, cop things. He used to do funny, well, he still does, funny content in regards to his military service and or being a drill sergeant. And, of course, he has Angry Meme Review, which is generally hilarious, and I've attempted to participate, but none of my stuff was ever picked. But also, he's the one who blew the whistle on the Buffalo school system, covering up sexual assaults happening to children or possible kidnappings or rapes, or the school district basically also never taking care of the kids and only ever covering their asses. So that's who Angry Cops is, before you go being all prejudgy about him yelling about things.
Delivering food for DoorDash. And one day, in mid-October, she has a dash that will change the rest of her life forever. She chose to record that moment and share it with the internet because she was wronged. She was mistreated, bamboozled even, swindled, bamboozled, and she will not stand for such chicanery. Well, what did Olivia record for us to see? Well, she shows a DoorDash delivery that she's dropping off with the door wide open to this apartment, and a man, a white man, laying on the couch, asleep, naked, with his wiener out.
Standing there, menacingly.
And she walks away like the strong woman that she is, holding her phone up with the utmost TikTok experience and her finger over her mouth to say, well, and the internet went wild, and rightfully so. Per Olivia, how dare this person recognize that he have a female DoorDasher and then decide to leave his door wide open so that he could sit there and gratify himself sexually by abusing another person. Disgusting. What venomous human being would sit there, Winnie the Pooh in it, in just a shirt with his genitals splayed out for everyone to see in the neighborhood?
Yeah.
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood.
But
yes, he is also a friend of the Fat Electrician. He is also an Unsub contributor. I did get to see him live at the Unsub live show. He signed something for me, I'm pretty sure. I think he signed my hat. Kind of hard to tell. Some of the signatures are illegible words and things.
Specifically for one female DoorDasher. Well, Olivia's video went viral, and everybody started demanding to know who this gentleman was. I use that term loosely. Who tricked her via this devious plot. Long story short, everybody got pretty upset that this guy was basically trench coating it and flashing this DoorDasher Olivia and playing with himself.
Which would be bad.
Whoa. Getting off on the fact that she was forced to see him, with the door wide open. Well, there are times when public shaming is the right thing to do.
Correct.
To some sycophant
Correct.
or individual that has done something egregious. An offense to our senses. And boy, that's an offense to our senses if I've ever heard of one. You see, right away, little bit of an issue with Olivia's story and video. This is why people say, wait for more evidence to come out. Because it turns out that naked guy is not the bad guy in this story.
What a twist!
Because almost immediately, Olivia starts getting investigated. And things start happening to her. And we find out a little bit more. Well, what do we find out? We find out that this young gentleman, well, we'll just say young man, all right? Keep it neutral. This young man had drank a lot that night and had passed out on his couch in a drunken stupor and ordered a little bit of DoorDash to head his way so that way he could soak up some of that booze in his tummy tum-tum and be all right for the next morning. And well, what guy hasn't sat there with a belly full of booze and thought, well, I'm drunk, food's coming on its way. There's only one more thing that can make me happy.
It's just implied, but we all know what's going on in this thought bubble.
So he rubs one out, I assume. And after that kiss on the forehead by an angel, our sweet prince goes to bed. With the front door open? No, not with the front door open. Because
See what had happened at first was
Olivia, DoorDashing the food to this young man, had specific instruction to leave the food at the door. But she didn't. She went up on the porch, opened up the door, let herself into the young man's apartment, and then recorded the video where she says she's the victim of assault.
That's not how it works.
Now, for those of you just catching up, that means this guy was just sitting in his house with the door closed, unconscious and naked, which you can do in your house, totally legal, nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
Away from any window or door, so he couldn't be seen. And this young lady...
He's kind of visible from the window, if we're being fair. But also, let me ask you this. I mean, I delivered pizza for 6 years straight. I mean, I delivered literal tonnage of food to people. At no point did I go into a house that I can recall. I remember at least setting pizzas inside the door for people. Like, they would open the door, and they'd be like, can you bring it in? I'm like, for safety and security reasons, no, I cannot. But I can set them right here, and then you can do whatever you want with them. At no point would it ever behoove me to open someone's front door and go inside. Like, seriously.
Ignoring the requests on the DoorDash order to just leave the food at the front door, opened up his door, let herself in, and recorded him naked, passed out, unconscious, in his own home, and uploaded it to the internet where everybody decided to hate him and think that he was a creep. A lewd, disgusting man bound to be a predator. And how do we know?
I mean, let's be fair. Most men are pretty disgusting. There's like a
That she opened up the...
Excuse me. There's a couple exceptions. There's some very pretty men out there. But most of them are pretty gross. The male body is meant to be a gross thing. It's meant for utility purposes. It's not meant to be pretty.
The door? Well, buddy got a Ring camera. And right away the police showed up and said, what's the deal? And he's like, I don't f***ing know, but I think I'm all over the internet and not in a good way. And the police say, well,
right.
Do you have any video to, say your side of the story? And he goes, yes, my Ring camera, which the police look at. And it shows Olivia letting herself in. Now, you might think, oh, wow, that was interesting. I guess the video's over.
Not even close.
Hold your horses. Because this young lady made a slew of videos that just show how completely out of touch and unhinged she is.
What a twist.
So let's watch those videos of her posting after the event and break down some of the legal conundrums that she puts herself in, while some might say, slowly going insane.
Here we go again.
As we will discover, there was nothing slow about her insanity. Robert Redford as a young man was fairly well attractive.
Before we watch the videos that she made after posting that original one showing that young man in a horrible light, quick refresher, all right? The reality of the situation is she opened up and walked into somebody's home unannounced, without permission, when she was given directions just to leave on the porch. And then, after walking into the home without permission, she then recorded a person in his own home, unconscious, half naked,
Bottom half down.
and then posted that video all over the internet, which went hyper viral. Let's see how she's taking it.
Here's an update for anybody who's interested. I commented, but my comment's getting buried in my comment section. I reported this to DoorDash over 12 hours ago, and they're supposed to call me back, which is strange because I've reported a couple less serious incidents before, and they called me back within 1 to 2 hours for those reports. So I don't know what's going on there, but I didn't report this to the police last night because I wasn't sure of DoorDash's process for like SA or
Also, I'm going to state this because I find this to be utterly retarded. Something happened in this internet world we're all hanging out in right now. Something happened in this internet world where you can't say sexual assault. You can't just use words. And it annoys me. We got to a point where if someone is raped, you can't say raped. You got to say graped. If someone is sexually assaulted, you got to say they were SA'd. When the hell did we get to this new level of pussification of the fucking English language? These are words, and they mean things, and they have very specific meanings, and you're softening them by, well, shortening them or having to bypass them entirely. I'm not monetized here, so I can say the words I need to say. It's stupid and retarded. It's retarded. Well, we'll see if they ban it. Yeah. How dare you talk about putting coal in someone's socks? How dare you? But I will say at first when I glanced at it, I thought it said putting cool in the socks. And I'm like, what? I think you meant to say coal. But then it actually said coal. So I was very confused. And look, as a person of color who was sexually assaulted as a child, I can use these words, YouTube. And if you take down my stream for using these words, well, that's discrimination against a person of color who is also a sexual assault victim.
if this was even reportable to the police in New York State because he was in his home. And they sent a police officer over to speak to me in person and watch the video that I have. And then he asked me to email it to him, and he asked me if I want to press charges, like what do I want to come from this? And I said, yeah, if there are charges to press, I would prefer that because I don't want this to happen to somebody else again.
So she reports it to the police, right? Because
guys, seriously, watch the video. She doesn't blink.
Because everybody on the internet tells her to, because she showed the portion of the video after she had already opened up the door and walked into his home. Some would say a key piece of evidence.
It does seem important.
And she wants to report a sexual assault. The key word here is assault, meaning like an unwanted touching, right? Or injury or intent to injure. That's an assault, right?
I'm with you so far.
And for those who don't know, he is a detective in the Special Victims Unit in Buffalo, New York. So he's very familiar in what it takes to classify something as a sexual assault. In which, yes, I was literally sexually assaulted. Technically, I was raped. If you want to go there.
There was no touching here. It was just visual. Has its own thing, and I'm sure she's trying to bake that into like the whole, you know, it's even though it's not assault, it's assault. Every lewd act is assault, right? She wants to press charges because she doesn't want this to happen to somebody else. She doesn't want someone to go into another person's home unannounced, unwelcomed, and then record that person unconscious, naked, when the door was closed.
And he understood that.
I agree that someone should go to jail for those activities. That should definitely happen. Mm-hmm. Seriously, she doesn't blink. Watch.
The police officer, and then he went back out to his car, and then he came back to me, and he told me, he said he's not
Except
sure
for the 7
if
times she just
there
blinked.
are charges that can be pressed
Prior
at
to
this
that, she
point
didn't
because
blink for a
he
while.
was inside of his house, and specifically he said it's not like he came up to his door with it out or like his window with it out or whatever, but it's like, come on now, like how like.
Sorry, I was just reminded of something as she was talking about that. That kind of happened to me while I was doing a job. I pulled up to a house. I wasn't sure if I was at the correct house. I was, but it was the middle of a torrential downpour, so I couldn't get to the front door for the delivery, but there was a nice covered carport right there. So rather than getting the pizzas all soaked and whatnot, I pulled up enough that I could get to it, and then I set it down where clearly visible from the door. It wasn't that far. It was just no way I'm walking through that torrential downpour. And I look over, and there's literally a dude shaped rather like myself at this point, leaning against the door frame of this double glass door, and he is totally naked. I should have called DoorDash about that one, but that was probably 10 years before DoorDash existed. Would have been a little weird to report that. I, on the other hand, being a person of color, should have probably called that one in as some sort of white supremacy, because he was a very, very, very white person. He was trying to, he was essaying me from a distance, from inside his house, with the door still closed, by the way. It's very weird, but that reminded me of that, which is unpleasant, but it happened.
Likely is it that it's cold outside? It's pretty chilly. Your ceiling fan is on.
Okay, yeah, cold outside.
Yeah,
normal.
and?
You got all your lights on in your house.
All the lights are on in a room that I'm in. Yes, that seems normal too.
You got your front door open, right?
Well, the front door might have been like unlocked, but you pushed it open.
You just ordered DoorDash 15 minutes ago.
Order DoorDash.
And within 15 minutes of ordering
That's salt.
DoorDash and it getting delivered to your front door, you're asleep on the couch with your pants in your underwear.
So, Trisha, you were already talking about this. I've never had DoorDash ordered and delivered within 15 minutes. Like, we tried to order from a chicken place that is legitimately right there. Hold on, yeah, literally right there, about quarter of a mile from my front door. That took 45 minutes. So 15 minutes from order to delivery? You're full of shit, lady. Now, I had a friend who worked for UPS who worked in the college town near here, and he got to deliver to the dorms. Let's just say he had a far more door answering experience when it came to questionable levels of clothing than your ex-husband there. Oh, wait, you didn't say that it was a man or a woman, actually. So which way does that go?
Wear to your ankles, your front door wide open, your lights on, it's freezing outside. Like, come on now. That is voyeurism. That is exhibitionism.
If I have
that part's true.
My fan on, even if it's cold outside, it's probably warm inside.
How is it voyeurism if you're the one that is nude? Voyeurism is if you're the one who's watching. That doesn't make sense. With a drink in her hand? Really? Should she ask him to come in and deliver the package? Did she wink? Because that would have been even better.
If I have my fan on and my lights are on in the room that I'm in and I order DoorDash and I fall asleep in my home naked, I'm a bad guy?
Case closed.
Because, by the way, we already know this. The door wasn't open. She let herself in to see him. All those 5 things are totally, completely legal and don't mean you're a voyeur.
Yeah.
It just means you're in your house.
That was something against my own will that I was fulfilling.
Every
for that
time.
man.
How is it against your will again when you go inside the house to the unconscious man and record him? How could an unconscious person force you to do something? Was this Weekend at Bernie's?
Oh, and I forgot to say the police officer said he was going over to the residence of that DoorDash customer to speak to him and see what his side of the story is, what he has to say about what was going on with him. And then another major factor that we're not even considering is that man.
Can I ask a question? I don't TikTok. Are most TikTokers in low res, like, are they low res people? Because I feel like I do my best when I film myself doing things to try to find the best lighting possible so that things look good. Even here in a really low lighting setting, well, I mean, very bright lights up here and then cool lightings down here. I'm in significantly more focus than this girl is in her pretty brightly lit apartment. Apartment, as she screams about here in a few minutes. I have watched this. But it feels like when TikTokers do things like this, they're always in low res. Is that just a TikTok thing?
Lives in a duplex. In that video, you'll see another door next to his. That's another apartment unit right next to his. That could be a family.
Major factor. I don't think.
And by the way, other than that one guy in all my time delivering pizzas, I never was offered to do things or come into the house by any lack of clothing ladies. I did deliver to some girls in sports bras and track shorts before. That was fun. That was a day shift too. That was a weird one. Guess it had been summer break. That was nice. They didn't invite me in or anything, but whatever. There was one time where I was told when I went to a place that there was some fun activities happening in the hot tub. They ordered pizza twice. So when I got there was the first time. When it went the second time, a lady came to the driveway. She came around from the back to get the pizzas, and she was wearing less than nominal clothing and invited the driver to join the party in the hot tub. I didn't get that experience. So fortunately, I've never been SA'd by any of my customers except for the one guy. He reported her to the boss. That's funny. All right.
It's possible for you to be the target of a person that is unconscious. I think it's literally impossible. Because, once again, there is no consciousness. Could you imagine this being flipped the other way around? Your Honor, the young girl was unconscious and came onto my client. She was unconscious and was asking for it. You see how stupid that sounds?
Sounds stupid. See, listen, if I wasn't the target, you still shouldn't be whacking it off, whether you're drunk or under the influence of any substances, with your door wide open regardless, because anybody could walk out and get assaulted from that, seeing what you're doing on your couch. It could be a child.
Once again, door not open. So, no, nobody would have seen him until you opened the door and left it wide open for everyone else to see. Which actually, you left the door wide open so that other people could see him.
You did this.
But we didn't know that. We didn't know that until the Ring camera came out.
I'm fairly certain that was, in fact, an Ozark clip. Give me a second. Boop. Boop.
You're doing on your couch. It could be a child.
Once again, door not open. So, no, nobody would have seen him until you opened the door and left it wide open for everyone else to see. Which actually, you left the door wide open so that other people could see him.
Yeah, that's a Ozark clip, because that's Ruth right there.
You did this.
But we didn't know that. We didn't know that until the Ring camera came out. Once again, per the police report, it wasn't. You let yourself in. You made the door wide open. You chose your own adventure here.
Hey, guys.
Oh, God. The face. Slow down on the face. Your face is too loud right now. Jesus.
So DoorDash just deactivated me 2 days after I reported my sexual assault.
Okay. First of all, we're still using that SA word. We're still using the assault word when...
It's true.
There was no assault. Nobody was touched.
Hey, guys, I just lost my job, and they won't tell me why.
Oh, I'm sure I could help you out here. You did a burglary. You see, you entered somebody's dwelling with the intent to commit a crime. Yeah, I think burglaries are a bad thing. Also, I think recording the unconscious, unwilling, those unable to give consent, and then posting them all over the internet in their birthday suit, it's probably going against something in the terms of service.
They're supposed to send an email immediately after deactivation, providing you the reason why and a link to appeal.
She's not blinking, and she's really freaking me out.
The not blinking thing.
And they didn't.
There he goes.
So I contacted support, and they made me sit on the phone with them for 50 minutes just to tell me that they can't tell me the reason why, and I have to just go ahead and appeal without knowing why.
They canceled your account and didn't tell you why. Let's talk about that. Very important. I had a case a long time ago where I went to an app.
Now, I knew people who were invited to join a party when they got off of work, and they went. I did not do such things. Stupidly. I was single. I should have been doing those things. What was wrong with me?
And I said to this app, this company, I said, hey, here's the deal. I'm investigating this person for touching a kiddo. And that company was very helpful. But because that person posed a threat, they said, we're taking them off of our app. Yep. That way they can't hurt anybody else. We're not going to be held liable for them to potentially hurt somebody else. So we're going to remove them from the app. To which I said, that's fine. Please don't tell them why. They don't know.
Which is also what Roblox should be doing. Weirdly enough, they're not. In case you're not aware of the Roblox situation with bad things happening in these quote-unquote VR chat rooms.
Why I'm investigating them yet. Fine, not a problem. We'll just tell them that it was a terms of service issue.
I'm gonna call you on your words there, Christine. You said you had clothes. Denise asked if you were wearing clothes. I have clothes, but I'm currently wearing some too. But if I wasn't, I would still have clothes nearby somehow in my home.
And that they violated something within that TOS. And we won't give them any other information unless you tell us. Thank you, company. Thank you.
Yay.
Sounds familiar.
Cheers.
Which is most likely what happened here. The local law enforcement agency got a hold of the law enforcement reporting system for that app, DoorDash, and said, here's the deal. We got somebody that did something kind of f***ed up, and we got to look into it, and we got to see who they are, what they delivered, bibbity bop. We need all the information.
The whole time? Well, what about your friend? Because you mentioned your friend.
For this DoorDash, because this is a major factor in this investigation. And DoorDash said,
You son of a I'm in.
yeah, we'll just close down their account. They can kick rocks for a little bit. So word to the wise, if you're on an app and it just shuts down and you don't know why, nobody's telling you, you know what you did.
So my chances of getting my account back, they have my money in that account. I was working. I was literally working, and they deactivated me. This is related. They just punished me for posting about my sexual assault while door dashing.
They didn't punish you for the assault because the assault never happened. They're punishing you because you went into somebody's home unannounced and you recorded them and posted them naked online. Once again, never touched it all. Also, crazy eyes.
By the way, if you really want to even consider being a DoorDash employee, being an employee, you're hardly even a contract employee when it comes to DoorDash. This is that bullshit gig economy thing. There's no job security at DoorDash. They could turn you off at any fucking time. They could also reactivate you at any time, assuming you're not a piece of shit. I thought about doing DoorDash or Uber Eats or anything like that. Then I realized I don't like delivering food because your car smells like food. Plus, you tend to sit in either waiting lines or whatever, and you got to deal. I don't want to do that. Plus, my car isn't great at those things. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. If I had a nice car, I would do actual Uber. Like, nobody wants to climb into my car. It's horrible. But also, I kind of want to do a Uber, but with a truck. And you literally show up at Home Depot and you load crap in your truck and take it to people's homes. It's like Uber, but for wood. The fact that so he's going to cover it in the video, but the fact that she insists the entire time she insists that the door was wide open and all this other stuff. At no point does she admit that, oh, maybe I pushed the door open. Whatever.
They just fired me, and the police are doing nothing.
I've never seen crazy eyes get somebody so out of breath before.
I lost my job, and that was my only way to make money to pay my bills.
Holy shit, she's losing her mind. She's losing her.
Now, the crash out. Oh, God, I said that fucking word. The raging at losing your job, and it's your only job, and now you have no idea how to pay your bills. Totally understandable. That part I get, because holy shit. But also, this is a pretty sizable apartment. She seems to have some nice clothes and like a lot of stuff, and more than likely an iPhone. How much money is she making on DoorDash? Like, from what I've reasonably heard from people, most people are not doing this as a primary job, nor are they really making any money by the time it really comes out on the wash when it comes to gas, wear and tear on the car, assuming your insurance hasn't gone up because you are constantly driving your vehicle for work. Unless you work in an area where you're getting like really hefty tips. And while a reasonably attractive female, also, she's definitely overdressed to be doing Uber. I'm not Uber Eats. Doing DoorDash. Like, I expect, like, t-shirt, jeans, whatever. Like, she's, like, full makeup, earrings, hair curly, like, nice jacket, nice top, all this other shit. It's like, really? It's like, where are you delivering food unless it's like a downtown, like metro area or something where you hopefully would get a lot of money?
Right, and it's just the beginning.
Hey guys, so yep, I really lost my job.
Why does it say time to sue DoorDash? Question mark. Sue them for what? For you violating the terms of service?
Within less than 24 hours after me submitting my appeal, they denied it.
It's like, within 24 hours is fast. You I'm broad.
And in the email, they said you can respond to the previous email that you received explaining the reason why you were deactivated. I never got the email.
Again, guys,
Is it reasonable to assume that she doesn't have a strong male in her life? I feel like that's a reasonable assumption.
never got the email. She never got the email. This is illegal. Everything bad happens to me. What did I do to deserve this? You put an innocent guy on blast on the internet, and it kind of blew up, and you didn't do anything wrong. You did, you freak.
So last night, I contacted one support agent. We sat on the phone for 25 minutes, and then she transferred me to the community response team. The person on the community response team told me that was the highest team I could get to. There's literally nobody else she could transfer me to. I could hang up the phone and call back and then get transferred to the community response team again. So I sat on the phone with her for another 30 minutes.
You know, I jokingly said that, like, what if I did DoorDash to go pick up my own food? Like, work for DoorDash, place an order, accept my own delivery, get paid to go get my own food. But then I gotta wonder if it really comes out in the wash or not.
And she told me that she couldn't tell me. There's no way that they could tell me what the reason why I just lost my job. You guys, my account is currently at risk of being banned because I had to explain my story.
Are you always in a bathrobe? I have a robe, but it's so damn warm I never want to wear it. Like, I wore it last year when it was snowing outside. Or early this year when it was snowing outside. And it was awesome for going out in the snow. It was so insulated. But, like, she's running around in a bathrobe this whole time. So she owns a bathrobe, but that already means she's making more than just... Oh, she probably got some TikTok money, perhaps. I don't know how that technically functions. I don't know how TikTokers make any money. Or else I'd probably be on TikTok selling all my information to China. As far as I know, they don't have my DNA.
One time, right? They took the video down and gave my account a strike. So I explained my story again and censored the video that I have just so they can't take it down for the same reason.
Oh my God, you put it up twice? They took it down and then you put it up again? They flagged you for the video and then took it down and you reposted it?
They took it down for the same reason again, and now my account has a second strike. Guess what? If I get one more strike, I'm banned from TikTok. So not only did I get assaulted 3 days ago on October 12th on Sunday.
Stop saying that! Yeah. Jesus, you didn't get assaulted. Nobody assaulted you. Nobody touched you. You walked into a dude's house. It's like asking for a lollipop and then complaining that it tastes like You got exactly what you asked for.
I then lost my job. The police are doing nothing.
The police are doing nothing. No, hun. We're investigating you. We are 100% investigating you because you recorded an unconscious person against their will, naked, and then put it on the internet.
And if I get one more account strike on TikTok, my account's done. This is a man's world.
Hell yeah. Play it.
This is a man's world.
Yes, Denise. Yes. This is a person who believes that as a young female in her 20s, presumably 20s, because, God, if she's 30. Either way, a young female who's in her 20s believes that TikTok and DoorDash is the way to financial freedom. She's probably on OnlyFans. If she isn't, it'd probably be the way to go. Make an extra, $75 a month from your OnlyFansers. Christine is probably also correct. There's definitely some bipolarness going on here. And as a joke I made on the podcast this week, all women are bi. Just what you don't know if it's sexual or polar. Half of Jessica laughed at that joke.
I'm the victim! Remember? I'm the victim!
Jesus, that is the scariest victim I've ever seen. You ever have like a narcissistic parent? They're like, why don't you love me? Like, Jesus, because you beat the shit out of me and you're manipulative.
She probably has an overbearing mother and an absent father. That's more than likely what's going on here.
Get the f away from me! I bet she's great in bed. I bet she'd flip your world upside down. I bet she'd show you things and let you do things you never thought you could do. Things that are probably illegal in some counties.
And they took down my video. They were gonna have to pay me for my second story time because that was over a minute long. They were gonna have to pay me for all those views I got.
Oh, there you go.
So no, they took that right down. They took that right down. Absolutely not. They're not paying me for that.
Blink, damn it.
Yeah, I think you should probably not be monetized when you're recording an unconscious person naked without their consent.
3 days ago, October 12th, 2025, I was a victim of SA by a DoorDash customer while I was doing my job as a DoorDash driver. Excuse me if you've already seen this. This is my third time posting this because TikTok keeps silencing me and taking my videos down and giving me strikes.
Your third time! Your third time!
I've been lucky enough to never have a strike here on YouTube on any of my channels. I've got copyright problems. I've had one community thingy that it didn't make any sense, and as soon as I cleared it up, they removed the community thing that I had because it was real stupid. If I did get a strike, especially for something like posting an unconscious naked person, I would probably go, oh, they probably took that down for a reason. Maybe I should not re-upload it again for violating terms of service and posting an unconscious naked person. Well, I censored it. The point is you posted it at all. You stupid unt.
Take a friggin' hint, lady! This is the universe trying to tell you need to knock it off. How much harder could the world be showing you? You probably need to stop doing this.
So if I get one more strike, you guys, I'm just letting you know right now my account is going to be banned.
Oh, thank
So I'm
God.
going to try to word this as chill as possible to avoid getting this video striked. So on October 12th, 2025, the DoorDash customer requested that their order be left at their front door. When I arrived at their front door was wide open.
Lies.
Once again, door wasn't wide open.
Also, if you can't see it there, her TikTok name was IRL Monster High Doll. She grew up in a world where Monster High was a thing. Honestly, we need to remove the younger generations from the content that is fed to children and give them back the 80s and 90s, like all of the 80s and the early 90s, like probably up till about 94, give or take, kids content. Then their brains would work.
Video of her letting herself in.
Their lights were on, sleeping on the couch within eyesight of the front door, and they were indecently exposed to me.
Decently exposed because they're in their house, which you were not invited into, but you chose to go into anyway. Because you are allowed to walk around naked in your house. I don't know how else you...
By the way, I would like to also say that as a very young child, probably at the age of about 4 or 5, if I had to guess, 4 or 5, because we still lived in Houston, I went over to my friend Brian's house, which was like two houses down and across the street, and I just flat out walked in the front door, which, being the 80s, was totally unlocked. Both the glass door and the actual front door were unlocked. I walked in because I wanted to go get my friend, and I scared the shit out of his mom, which I don't even know if he had a dad, gonna be honest here. I don't remember dad ever being around. I do remember his mom. She was kind of attractive. And I scared the shit out of her because she had just gotten out of the shower and like she was like still wrapped up in her towel and had the towel on her head and everything. And like, I guess because I couldn't use the phone or something, I just went over there. Guess how many houses I walked into after that? Next to none. Like, the only other house I probably ever would have just flat out walked into would have been a house that I was already invited over to, and it was understood that I could just walk in at that time because I had already been invited over and to just come in when I got there. Other than that, not just walking into some fucking house.
Expect people to take a shower.
I got this on video, and I'm not even going to be posting the video clip anymore because I'm pretty sure that's what's getting me the strikes.
Pretty sure.
That's what getting you the strikes. The strikes are you posting the naked unconscious person that can't consent to anything.
But yeah, I reported it to DoorDash, and DoorDash did ban the customer. And then 2 days later, DoorDash banned me, which doesn't seem unrelated.
A clue. Yes, yes, it is related. It is so related. It's more related than a wedding in Alabama. Why are you picking up these clues? You're saying it, but you're not hearing it.
I appealed, and they were supposed to respond to my appeal within 7 to 10 business days. They didn't even provide me a reason for my deactivation. They're supposed to send an email. They didn't. So I contacted support, and they told me to continue with my appeal without knowing a reason why. There's an option to select, don't know why I was deactivated, and then you still have to explain yourself. So I did. And within 12 hours afterward, they had already denied my appeal. So I'm really never getting my DoorDash account back. DoorDash deactivated me. DoorDash punished me for exposing my
Okay,
assaulter.
cool. Go to any other service.
Oh my God, she says exposing her assaulter. Yeah, yes, you exposed him. You exposed a naked man, a naked unconscious man. Once again, you say assault her, and I say unconscious person, which the two don't make sense when they're together. You can't assault anybody if you are out of conscious.
Didn't we already cover this? And TikTok is currently punishing me for exposing my story time. And this is the only justice I'm getting because I also reported this to the police and the police are doing nothing.
Oh no, the police aren't doing nothing. The police are watching every single one of your videos, writing down every single thing that you say because you are damning yourself. Has this person ever heard of the Fifth Amendment?
So what, you're gonna take down my videos and give me strikes and just expect me to be like, oh, I just better shut up. I just better sit here.
I have a mouse finally. Oh, thank God. Oh, I can just move it around. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's the good shit right there. I can move the mouse. Oh, all over her stupid face. All right, thank God. I noticed the light quit blinking, which means it was charged. Locks on your doors are more to keep your neighbors out rather than real burglars. Yep. Keep out the cops, too.
Be quiet. I just better not say anything else. I've lost my job, my only way to pay my bills and make a living. I've also gotten assaulted, and the police are doing nothing to help me.
You weren't
so
assaulted.
let me just shut up.
Yes, plead the fifth. Don't say anything. Don't post anything. Shut the You're posting an unconscious man with the inability to give consent. You've already exposed him illegally because he was unconscious.
You know, the videos got taken down. Nobody has to know what happened to me. No, I'm going to keep telling my story. Like, this is the only justice I'm getting, is exposing this man and having posted that video and it has gone viral. Like, now he can live with shame and embarrassment.
Oh my God, she's saying exactly what she wants. This is such good evidence. Now he can be embarrassed forever, and it's gone viral, so he'll never be able to live it down. Well, there's your intent. There's your intent right there to besmirch this guy, this unconscious guy, to ruin his life. That is her intent. Holy sh**. You rarely get a confession this good. He's not getting in trouble because he was unconscious. You walked into his home to record him. It's almost like everybody's against you. God, if you could just pause 1 moment for just the smallest amount of self-reflection. After this video, you could have been
No self-reflection. Everything is the world's fault. I am an innocent person of color, Rich.
like,
it all happens to me.
Oh,
I see it now.
You weren't assaulted because the man wasn't conscious.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the one being punished. He's not getting in trouble with the police. He didn't lose his job if he has one. Like,
What's going on with him? Why am I getting fired? Why are my videos getting taken down and why am I getting strikes? Like, I'm about to lose my account. I was assaulted. I'm the victim. I lost my job. I'm the victim. Right? Is this making sense to anybody?
Well, I mean, no, which is why you really need to take some self-reflection.
Hey guys, it's been a minute. A whole 24 hours, I know. But I have an update as of October 16th, 2020.
She looks very medicated right there. Medicated.
But first and foremost, I just want to thank everybody for the overwhelming support and allyship that you've shown me.
Allyship? What the? Allyship? Alliance? Allegiance? I think you're thinking of allegiance. Crazy people be making up their own words. Oh, okay.
Crazy people do be making up their own words. Like, she meant to say allyship, but because she's never heard that word out loud, because she's just a TikTok dum-dum, it's allyship, which is also stupid. It's all stupid.
Yeah, she's crazy.
It's really making me feel so validated and seen. And
that was a bad choice of words.
Heard. And that's really helping me through this tough time. So I just want to let you guys know I really appreciate the outpouring of support. So the update is, last night I was made aware, a bunch of people started commenting on my pages that DoorDash made a public statement about me on their TikTok story and on their most recent Instagram post in the comment section. And I'm not going to speak too much further on details, but what I am going to say is...
Hold on.
And I'm not going...
Let's read this, because she doesn't leave it on screen for very long. We've seen some tough and sensitive posts over the past few days, and we want to clear the air. No one should ever have to experience sexual assault, harassment, or abuse, and DoorDash never deactivates someone for reporting it. Full stop. We take these reports incredibly seriously and work closely with law enforcement to investigate and support those affected. In this case, the Dasher let us know about an experience that made them feel unsafe. And that's exactly what we always want Dashers to do, feel unsafe. No, I'm sorry, poor writing there. Our team immediately began investigating and has been in direct contact with law enforcement and is prepared to fully support any of their efforts. However, posting a video of a customer in their home and disclosing their personal details publicly is a clear violation of our policies. That is the sole reason that this Dasher's account was deactivated along with the customers while we investigated. We've also ensured that the Dashers full access to their earnings. We know these are sensitive situations, and we want every Dasher to know if you ever feel unsafe or experience something concerning, come to us. We're here to listen, act, and support. Sorry, I forgot to put on my HR voice for that entire thing. I have cats staring at me, trying to mind control me into giving them temptations treats. So they are tempting you for the temptations. Give us the treats. Give us the treats.
To speak too much further on details, but what I am going to say is I and the entire rest of the world found out why I lost my job at the exact same time.
Did you realize that you filmed a naked man against his will when you opened up the door and went into his home illegally, going completely against the leave at the front door and leave me the alone description that he put in the DoorDash?
That might have something to do with it.
I didn't find out before you guys. I'm just letting you know this right now. The people that saw their public statements and made me aware that they made those public statements knew why I lost my job before I did.
Guys, real question here. I don't know about wherever you live, but where I live, they don't have to fucking tell you why they fired your ass. Unless you are a very specific contract employee or something that's part of the contract. If you're one of these people who, I mean, at bare minimum can be considered a remote job, they don't have to tell you why they fucking fired you. Your ass is just gone. Whoops. You can collect the rest of your money on your way out the door because you did work for that. That's fine. We can have the rest of that money. That's fine. Unless you did crime. If you did crime, that might be another story. A lot of places, they just said, hey, look, we're letting you go. Why? Because we're letting you go. Okay.
Because I went and I checked my email once I was made aware that they made those public statements, and they sent me the deactivation email around the same time they released the public statements, like literally within the same hour. So they sent me my deactivation email explaining my reason for being deactivated a whole 24 hours after they deactivated me, and a whole 24 hours after I already submitted my appeal.
Wait. All those times that she was about, like, I never got an email to tell you what. I never got an email to tell you what. It was within 24 hours? They got back to you within 24... All those videos were within 24 hours? And in that 24-hour period, you were livid that you didn't hear back from a massive company like DoorDash? Are you... Hi? Oh, she's crazy. Oh, she's bad. If I get an account taken down and I hear back within 24 hours, I'm elated. If I get a video that's demonetized by YouTube and I hear back within 24 hours, I am ecstatic.
And about 12 hours after they had already denied my appeal, they finally sent me the email explaining why they fired me. So I and the rest of the world, we all found out why I lost.
By the way, this smug, self-righteous bullshit all comes from this online self-important bullshit, as I say this on my live stream here on my not even remotely successful live stream channel here. No, but seriously, why I mean, I guess I can't talk much. I'm a 42-year-old fat hairy guy with, you know, not enough hair on his head to really bother counting anymore. But she, on the other hand, is a young 20-something, reasonably attractive young woman who's probably showing her tits on at least one or two websites behind the scenes while claiming to just be a DoorDasher independent on that money. I'm at a disadvantage here. Nobody wants to see my tits. On her hand, on the other hand, she goes in and just sees people naked and gets mad about it. But if they gave her $20 on the internet, they'd probably go ahead and do it anyways. She'd be like, oh, well, you know, here we go, you know, whatever. It's just so fucking stupid. Oh, so you gave in. You let the cat's mind control you. How dare you? So weak-willed. So weak-willed. So the cats were like you and your friends to the pizza guy.
My job together.
Well, that's the most complicated way of saying the people that run the company that put out the statement were aware of why you were getting fired before you were. Which is like, that's like saying the regional director of McDonald's fired me, but then my McDonald's manager of the McDonald's that I work at didn't tell me exactly why I got fired until he figured out about it.
Makes sense.
Yeah, the moment he figures it out and goes, oh, that's why you're firing her? Yeah, okay. Yeah, oh, that's a big deal. All right, well, I guess we'll let her know then. That's how that works. The people above you know why you're getting fired before you know. Am I losing my mind? She's making me crazy. Olivia, whatever your name.
Our bowl. Cats are communists.
Is you crazy-eyed woman. Everybody above you is gonna know why you're getting fired before you. That's how that works. Otherwise, they're just gonna go, you're fired. We're gonna figure it out later. I feel like my brain is gonna just have a synapse and I'm gonna die. All right, now that we...
Hey, Rich, your brain has a lot of synapses. That's funny.
No, God, what a roller coaster 24-hour, 48-hour period that was. But let's get to now. Because, well, things have escalated.
It gets worse.
Olivia's been arrested on 2 separate felonies. And the felonies were a surprise to me. I really thought burglary would have been one of them, or at least criminal trespass, because she was arrested for unlawful surveillance in the 2nd degree and the dissemination of unlawful surveillance in the 1st degree, which if you take 2 brain cells and rub them together real quick, you'll understand that she was in a place where she wasn't supposed to be, without permission, once again, unconscious, no consent, recorded an individual on private property, once again, where she was not supposed to be, surprised there's not trespassing there, and then disseminated that video of herself on private property without permission, with an unconscious person unable to give consent, all over the internet. God, Oswego, I'm really surprised you don't put trespassing in there. You could...
Like, the hard part about trespass, and I think he's going to say this, is that by the permission of bringing the food to the home It is not trespass on the property. However, well, it's an apartment house. So, I mean, whatever. But the entering the domicile itself through a closed door should be burglary because there was no invite to come into the house. I would argue that that's burglary. And then they would probably have to argue the intent of the burglary. Be like, okay, but she went in the house uninvited. In fact, there was instruction to just leave the food outside the door. She made the conscious choice to just go inside. Like, she opened a door that was closed and went inside. And then did the rest of the felonies. Now, and this is a big if he was visible through the window that was right there, and she's like, oh, I got to video this shit, that's a wholly different type of intent. That is, in which case her sexual assault is literally her entire choice of, this dude's naked, I got to video this, and then I'm going to pretend to be a victim all this time, which is every little bit of mental illness and insanity. My question to the world would be, what did her TikTok numbers look like before that incident? And then what happened during those 3 days that this insanity was happening?
Say, well, he allowed her to show up onto the premises because it was a DoorDash, but his direction was to leave it on the front porch, not enter his dwelling, which she did. But that makes me think that the front door was unlocked, which means that because it was not locked, it's not a criminal trespass, it'd still be trespass. Somebody in the comments that's a New York lawyer or DA or a...
By the way, I've never checked this. Hold on. This is 3 weeks ago, by the way. Nope, not the description. Oh, crap, there's a lot of description here. Commits a crime, plays victim. Yeah. Yeah, it literally, if this exact same thing was reversed, the punishment for the crime would have been immediate. Nobody would have been on the side of a male driver videoing an unconscious naked woman. Yeah, voyeurism. Yep, exhibitionism. Yep. I don't know if there's anybody who. So here's the other part. She did say that she reported a couple of other incidences to DoorDash that were settled quickly. So what else did she report? What were the other things that she reported to DoorDash that they took care of? Thank God he had a camera. Absolutely. Like, I'm not keen on having ring cams and all those other things that spy on you constantly, especially if they're voice activated in any way, or connected to your Google account. That's terrifying. But in this case, it saved his ass. Her lawyer should plead insanity. That'd be hilarious. But it was a conscious effort to do all of these things. Home invasion, entering someone's house and uninvited while someone is there is a 20-year charge. Why isn't she charged with that? I mean, yeah. But also defamation. I would go with, like, she's claiming that he sexually assaulted her and tried to get him canceled. And apparently Rich didn't deal with it here. She actually said his name and everything like that at some point. So, or else, you know, there was defamation involved. So who knows? That dude's probably just like, what? Yeah, there's someone right there literally talking about the defamation there. And she did say that the intent was to destroy his life. Yeah. She better have, like, the best lawyer that Uber can afford her. Yeah, that's hilarious. Okay, so yeah, no one answered the question on whether or not it's burglary or criminal trespass. Okay.
DA. Tell me how in the world you don't get trespass out of this. New York gonna New York, I guess.
That feels like a real missed opportunity.
The kicker here is that she faces up to 8 years in prison, which, considering her post after post after post of wishing this guy would be just completely ruined. Can we show the clip of that again?
Now he can live with shame and embarrassment if people have seen it and knows who he is.
Well, I think that's gonna be substantial because the damage is substantial. Speaking of substantial damage, the comments in her videos to her are insanely hysterical.
By the way, and I hate this, this is why you should have a Pepperbox subscription, because he does not read them here, as we're about to find out. This is pretty much the end of the video. Rich goes to read the comments section to her, like her comments to her throughout this process, and it's literally like everybody with reason, like all the people who have tons of reason. But yeah, I definitely, I had to go, and I went. I was like, after I watched this, I was like, oh, I didn't think it'd be that big of a difference between Pepperbox and here, and it was like an extra 5 minutes of reading comments. It was great. But I guess Donut Operator also went over it 2 weeks ago, so that's pretty funny. I mean, it's big news. It was big news. The original idea, obviously not great. You know, the original report of, all I did, I wanted to go deliver this guy's Taco Bell, and he was just there like, cranking it when I walked in the door. The first statement would have been like, why did you walk in the door? You're a DoorDash driver. At bare minimum, you meet someone at the door. Why the hell did you go inside? Yeah, no, that's the insanity. Look, still, and look, pretty privilege. That's all it is. It comes down to pretty privilege. She's clearly insane, or stupid, or delusional, or all of the above, and definitely needs to be medicated, especially after all of this. It's okay in jail. They'll make sure she gets her meds. But and she's going to jail. But I don't know. It's New York. We'll see what happens. It's not like New York, so maybe, I don't know, it might be a different thing. Oh, hey, Emily King talked about it. She's cool. I like her. I usually watch her reels. But yeah, it's like, it's a whole ass thing. And were the situation reversed, which, let's be fair here, probably has happened. I'm going to say it. I don't think a dude would post a video of the naked chick. Unless he's just a moron. Like, a dude, if this exact situation was reversed, probably a less than attractive naked woman passed out, or half naked woman at least, passed out on her couch after having fun time alone. If he videoed that, I would probably say he would likely show his friends, probably put it in a group chat, and then somebody in the group chat would likely upload it. I don't know, unless it was one of these people who have the TikTok brain rot bullshit. If you have gotten to the point in your tiny 30-second video minds that you think it's okay to upload those videos, like, and granted, there's like videos of people who like video homeless people doing insane shit and upload it in questionable levels of clothing, or things they're doing in the streets or doing to themselves in back alleyways. Those videos exist. It's also not great, don't get me wrong, but it's not unconscious person and their genitalia hanging out. It's a different level, but it's not great. It's just a different level. But also, one should always edit anything like that. Like, if there's like questionable stuff in a video that I need to upload, like I upload, like, for those who aren't on the Patreon, I do vlogs sometimes. I don't do it as much as I used to. I used to try to do daily vlogs, or at least I recorded daily. I didn't upload daily. I would usually upload every couple days. You guys have no idea of what the level of content I used to do. I used to do 7 videos a week plus 2 live streams. I have the plumber problem. I have the plumber crack problem. And I do my best when I'm videoing something, especially if I'm doing a big project like in here. I did not video myself effectively, like hooking up these lights. I have a video coming for it, but I don't have a video where you watch me actually do it. Because, frankly, butt crack happens so often that I literally have to blur it in some of these videos where I'm doing work in here. If you go through some of the vlogs, especially when I was redoing everything around here or working on the building a table or something along that, where I even have a time lapse, a lot of times you end up with butt crack. I gotta edit that out. You'll be amazed at how much butt crack that will set off YouTube censorship bullshit. So I have to make sure I do that. So either zoom in or blur. But this dumb bitch uploaded to TikTok, the world's largest platform for looking at dumb shit, an unedited video of a naked dude and thought it was a good plan. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. The brain rot on these children. And there's no other word for it. I mean, this is definitely, like someone else said earlier, this is somebody who's never heard the word no effectively. And then literally jumping face first into adulthood by being a retard and wondering why it hurts when you hit the bricks with your eyeballs open. Everything that happens to this girl in the legal realm, absolutely warranted. And all the morons, the simps, and everything else like that, they're just going to glom on to the next, 0.8% more attractive girl who comes along and does roughly the same content. It's so stupid. It is late. It is late. I know. But it's also Saturday night. I don't have to be up in the morning. I'm sleepy. It's fine. Either way, it's a good video to watch. I would recommend checking out Angry Cops because I find him quite amusing. I do like that he tagged Donut Operator in here as well, so that's always good. Donut is fantastic in his own right. Yeah, exactly. I was worried that someone might see him when when they're walking by, so I posted it for millions of people to see on the internet on purpose. If you were worried about it, why did you leave the door wide the fuck open? Why wouldn't you close the door? That already is an admission of guilt in my point. Like, cover your eyes, turn your head, whatever, so you're not looking at, well, the unfortunate thing that was happening on that couch, let's be fair. And close the fucking door that you yourself opened. Now, the only thing that sucks about this, because it's in that lovely pile of evidence that the cops have being used against her, we don't have the video in this. Anyways, maybe it's out on the internet somewhere. The Ring door cam of the guy that proved that she walked up and opened the door. Because why? My question is, has she done this to other people and they complained? Like, she just walked in the fucking front door. Like, we were sitting there watching TV waiting on our food, and she just walked in the door. Like, also, why is your front door unlocked? But second of all, like, it is just kind of the, why did she just walk in? Also, for anybody who realized how bad I was slouching all this time. Oh, I got stretched. So, either way, just desserts coming her way. No, it's not online. I read. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. All right, guys. So that was a fun stream. Like I said, we've got the Tom Bet George full Christmas performance and light things and explosions and fire that I don't think he technically intended to be as big of a giant fireball. And I had to avoid a bunch of his posts on Instagram because I follow Tom Bet George on Instagram. Because like, I don't want to be spoiled. I don't want it. I don't want to be spoiled. So we'll check that out next week at some point. Once again, Patreon. Let's see. I think we have 2 more this month. Let me double check. That's so. We technically have 2 more this month because I'm not taking a break in the middle like I normally would do. But we might have to do it on next week's not a problem. For Wednesday, we'll do another normal Patreon call. But I might go on the 23rd. I might go on the 23rd, so Christmas Eve, because I don't think we're going to try to do a Patreon stream on Christmas Eve night. Might be a little difficult for most people, so that might be what we do. Yeah, it's informative. Yes, that's exactly what it was. Also, condolences, Denise. Fuck, I'm dying now. My throat just got real scratchy. Douse the scratchy throat and alcohol. That'll help. That helps a lot. All right, so no sunrise stream tomorrow because I want to sleep in. I won't, but I want to. And I will work on the video actually about the new light system that I installed. It's all nice and fun on my phone here. Just real quick, because I'm here and we can do this. Wait. Fun times. Fun times. Hold on. Wait. Group. Lights is. I'm going to hit this. All right. I'm going to squint because this might be bright. It's fucking daylight in here now. Ugh. All right. So this reasonable amount of lighting right now is 9%. I was at like 4% during the stream, but only on this one light. So this is 4% on both lights. Yeah, that was 100. I'm sorry, that was 98%. It wasn't quite 100%. But I loved having the app on there. This is great. Yeah, Supernova, exactly. By the way, that hurt my eyes. That did hurt my eyes. I'm an idiot. Either way, guys. So I will see you guys next week at some point, whether that's on Patreon or regular streamery. We'll see what happens. We're working towards Christmas, and I'm a big old Grinch, so it is what it is. And Trisha, I'm still not forgiving you for that stupid, wicked bullshit. Sorry, no Funicorns for you. No Funicorns for Trisha, even though I have a pile of them. I have a pile of Funicorns in my kitchen. Either way. No, it was the angels coming down. It was like being possessed by an angel in Supernatural. If you heard a ringing tone, that's what was going on. Either way, guys, so I'll see you next time. And remember, as always, it doesn't have to make sense. But for the love of God, don't film it and upload it. Morons. See you guys later. There we go. Buttons went to sleep.